Hello everyone, I hope you're all keeping well, healthy and happy. This is a quick video to say a massive thank you to every single one of you who has watched my videos or liked the videos, shared the videos, subscribed to the channel or supported the channel via Patreon or through other platforms. I can't thank you enough because what has happened now is that we're gaining a greater and greater reach. We've now hit 6,000 subscribers. The channel has hit 6,000 subscribers. I mean, that's amazing, but that's only down to you guys out there. You have made this happen. So I'm immensely grateful for that. As I said before, you know, when I started this channel, I really wasn't expecting anyone to want to listen to anything I had to say. I wasn't expecting the remarkable amount of support that I've gotten over the last little while. And the channel's only been up for about a year and 2 months roughly, give or take. So, as I say, I mean, I'm blown away by this because the information that I've presented has only been able to get into the public arena because of you, right? So, this is a collaborative effort. This channel is a collaborative effort between yourselves and me, okay? Together, we are actually changing things in a massive, massive way. Because this current paradigm, let's face it, it isn't working, is it? And there is this propensity on the part of many people who really just kind of want to destroy everything that is. And I find that disturbing but also fascinating in a sense as well, because there's a malevolence in these people. There's a genuine self-hatred in so many people, and I've kind of talked about this a little bit. But you see this in many places, in many arenas. We call them trolls on the internet, right? And believe me, I've got loads of them now, partly as a byproduct of the popularity of this channel as it's been growing, right? And you know, I do say to people, look, you can be as critical as you like. You might not like me, okay? You might not like my style of doing things. Fine, okay? That is not a problem. You don't have to watch my videos. Nobody's putting a gun to your head to do it, right? But one thing I'll also say about this is that this behavior that they demonstrate actually comes from a psychopathic mindset. You see, there's something lacking in these people. There's something distinctly not present in their being, in their consciousness, which is why they want to try and tear people down. And it's not just this channel, it's not just me. There are a lot of people out there that are experiencing the same thing because they're actually trying to bring the truth to those who want to know. But there are so many people who don't want to know that are trying to prevent information from getting out, that are trying to prevent truth from actually reaching people. So they are working very, very hard to do that. And this includes, unfortunately, governments, and it also includes intelligence agencies, foreign intelligence agencies primarily, sometimes domestic intelligence agencies, because everyone's got an agenda of some kind, let's face it, right? And the stuff that I've been putting out there on this channel has rattled a few cages. It's definitely made people in ivory tower, shall we say, sit up and take notice, and they're not best pleased, unfortunately, and I can tell that from some of the shills that are out there as well. It's not just a case of trolls. We're actually getting shills out there that are trying to, well, I'm not sure what they're trying to do. I think it's some sort of a psyop of some kind where they're attempting to push me into a state of backing off. But I'm not the kind of guy that backs off from things, as you've probably noticed. If somebody pushes on me or pushes at me, I tend to push back quite strongly. I think that's just part of my nature, to be honest with you. But the other thing I've noticed about these people, these troll-like people, is that they exhibit narcissistic tendencies, as if everything is all about them. They want to try and hijack conversations, chat threads, you name it. Right? Well, that is extraordinarily small-minded, isn't it? Right? To be of that type of thinking, to be of that nature, to think that the entire world should revolve around you. Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it doesn't. You know, the world is a very large place indeed, and there are a number of different types of people out there with a lot of different ideas. You might like some of them, you might not like some of them, right? But this obsession that people develop, this is another thing. I was actually looking over William Shatner's Twitter feed, right? For those of you that are fans of William Shatner, you'll understand this, right? But he was talking about this as well, where this extreme hatred, it kind of springs from Schadenfreude, doesn't it? Where people want to see other people brought down to fail because they themselves were in some way inadequate. And I think there's way too much of that out there right now, and there is this narcissism where people want attention. Basically what these people want, okay, is for people like me, content creators, to pay attention to them. They're attention seekers, right? And it's fascinating actually, because they're like little children. They'll throw a tantrum until you pay attention to them. So I find it quite hilarious, really, and but it's to be expected. It's to be expected. It goes along with the turf, really. The fact of the matter is that any sort of exposure in the public eye, whether large or small, and this channel is still fairly small, let's be honest, right? It's still fairly small. 6,000 subscribers. It's a drop in the ocean, right? But it will get larger as time goes on. But it's still a small channel. There are other larger channels out there as well, and they experience the same sort of thing, don't they? Now, you see, people like myself don't mind any type of constructive criticism, because it actually can help to produce better content, to maybe raise subjects that might not have occurred to people and so on. So constructive criticism is a good thing. But this malevolence from people who are probably suffering from borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, is a troubling thing, because I'm noticing too many people suffering from it. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is that I'm probably going to try and focus a little bit more on the person-oriented approach in some regards as I go forward. I'll still be presenting a whole bunch of factual, verifiable information that is relevant to world events as well. But I'm also going to try and better understand, I suppose, what it is that is causing people to go into this self-destructive spiral. Why people hate themselves so much. And I think it's one other thing I'd add about this before I close off the video, because I'm rabbiting a little bit here as well, which I do. It's late at night and I'm tired, so you know. But one other thing I think that is relevant in this, on this topic, is that there's an element of not feeling like they've actually done anything that is useful. So when they see somebody who is trying to push back against immorality, and I mean that in the philosophical sense, or is trying to push back against this control over society, who's trying to push back against tyranny, basically, and they see that they haven't done that, I think that prompts this resentment. I think that's got a lot to do with it, you know. But let's put these people aside for just now. The main point of this video was to thank you all for the fact that we have reached this milestone. I was actually going to make this video at 5,000 subscribers, and then within literally like a week, it climbed up to 6,000 subscribers. So I think it's a good time to say thank you to you guys for this, because we've got a little bit of time now, hopefully, before we hit 7,000, right? So that's a good thing. And as this channel grows, it'll be interesting to see what direction I'll be taking even as we go forward, because I've covered the majority of the things I wanted to cover, and I've presented the bulk of information I actually wanted to present. There's a whole bunch more that I'd like to get into, because I've done the broad strokes. So the details, as it were, the very core of some of the stuff that I've spoken about, and the power players, I might start to get into that a little bit more, as well as the personal-oriented stuff for people, because there is this polarization happening. There is this civilizational warfare that is happening. There's a jihad being waged against the West by Islamism right now. We are seeing that. That's a problem. And people like myself, other content creators out there, are pushing back, speaking out against it, and taking actual physical actions in the real world as well. So that's a massive thing. But, you know, we're embattled at this point in a great many ways. You've also got the radical left pushing back in ways that I don't think anyone was really fully expecting. They've descended into violence and total censorship, and they've formed this alliance, as it were, with Islamism and all these things. I mean, there's a lot of challenges out there. There are too many people causing too many problems. And there's not enough people out there that are actually presenting any type of solutions, or are trying to come up with solutions to the problems. So anyone who is a problem solver, or who wants to solve problems, is going to become one of the most rare and most necessary things going forward in society. So the more people there are that are trying to do that, to solve the problems, the better it is. And I think that in a very, very small way, in a really tiny way actually, at the moment, this channel is a part of that fight. But again, it's thanks to yourselves, the viewers and the subscribers. And it's also thanks to every other content creator out there, many of whom I consider friends at this point actually, but all those content creators who have allowed me the space to speak on their channels or on their platforms. That has been also a great opportunity that they have presented and given to me, so I'm deeply thankful for that. I'm thankful for many things. So don't think that it's all bad just because I've been kind of focusing a little bit on the malevolent folks out there. But I wanted to parachute that in there just because it is important that we keep an eye on those people that are going waywards right now, right? That are totally giving in to nihilism, to self-destruction, to all sorts of things within themselves, who don't want to strengthen themselves, but want to bring other people down, right? That's not what any human being should aspire towards. Assuming they're sane and rational, but, you know, be that as it may, I just wanted to say a quick thank you. Oh, one other thing that I want to say. I'll probably be doing a live stream at some point in the future. When I know exactly when that is, I'll put up a video on that, or, well, you'll just maybe see an announcement or what have you. But I'll be doing a live stream, so if you guys have any questions, think them out right now. Well, not right this minute, but when you have the time to do so, think them out, write them out. And when we do the live stream, you can ask me anything you want. We'll have an Ask Me Anything hour, let's say. We'll keep it short. We'll keep it to about an hour when I do it. And you'll get to ask your questions then as well. Okay, so it's all looking good. It's all systems go. We're doing things that have never been done before in some respects. And we are changing the landscape. So that's a plus. Anyway, I want to thank you very much again. I know I've said thank you many, many times through this, but I think you guys really do deserve the applause, the recognition, because I'm just the guy who's talking about these things and doing things out there, but without you guys, without the support that you've provided, that would not have been possible. You know, so I appreciate that. I deeply appreciate that. Anyway, take good care of yourselves, and God bless every one of you.